I'm like utterly obsessed. Like the shimmers, like the gradient of the shimmers, like picture it. You're in your dress, you're in your heels, you get to the restaurant, boom, they're giving you a glass of champagne. The champagne's bubbly, it's fizzy. The lighting is like bouncing very nicely off the glitter on your eyes. It's looking all bubbly and fizzy. It's just lovely. Like it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Are you picturing it? I'm picturing it. Hey guys, welcome back to Blushed and Bronze. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Victoria Elise. I'm a professional makeup artist in Houston, Texas, and today we're going to be cooking up the most gorgeous Valentine's Day full glam. I was super in the mood for like beat down full glam, so we have it all here. We have cut crease, we have liner, we have glitter on glitter on glitter. Like I had so much fun with this, so if this seems like the kind of look that you're into or you want to see how I created it, then keep on watching. Okay, let's get into some Valentine's Day glam, shall we? I'm gonna take my little clips really quickly. If you can see that my edges are curling up, that's because they are. Mind your business. So I'm gonna start. I love to take a cotton ball. Well, this is not a cotton ball. I love to take a cotton tab with a little bit of alcohol and rub it on my brows before I put my brow gel in because I have a really heavy, rich skincare routine. And I just feel like it makes it stick better. Now I'm gonna take my NYX clear brow glue and I'm gonna brush that up into my brows. I'm feeling something super shimmery today. Like I kind of want to play with like multiple tones of shimmer. I ran to Ulta earlier for one little thing and I left with multiple. So maybe we'll try out something new. Right, so my brows are all gelled down. We're gonna give them a little bit of a fan. I forgot to shave my mustache. I had to go handle that really quickly. So today for brows, I'm going to use my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. Ooh, my voice is leaving. Oh, great. I love this pen. She is very pigmented, so I like to use a very light hand. And I start off always focusing it on the outer portion of the brow. That's where I'm gonna do most of the work. And also because since it is a pen, it's fluid, I like to like see kind of how much is coming out first before I just go straight ham on the front of my brow. And usually I don't do too much of the pen on the front of the brow. It looks red right now while it's in the brow hairs, but like by the end of it, it all works out. Like just trust. I'm gonna just brush that a little bit, just lightly. Not too hard because I don't want to like pick up the brow glue and make it get all white and gummy, but just to kind of like move that product through the hairs while it's still a little bit wet. Okay, I'm gonna clean up my brows with concealer and then I will be right back. Okay, so now I have concealer all on the eyelids and I'm just gonna set that with a little bit of my loose powder. I'm gonna kind of tap that over the brows as well. Okay, so to start off, I'm gonna take my Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival 3 palette. I know this like looks really intense. Okay, so these are the colors we're looking at. I know this looks really crazy, but I'm really gonna be more, wait, I'm in the mirror. More in here in these two. Okay, I'm gonna take the color Tan Lines, which is like this rosy-ish tan color here. And I'm taking this on, this is literally just like a Wet n Wild fluffy eyeshadow brush. I love it so much. And I'm gonna let that kind of be my transition color. That's so pretty. I just got one of these little thingamabobs, brush cleaners for when you need to switch colors on a brush. When I tell you, I literally have been loving it. As a girly who is quick to dip into the wrong color, she's a lifesaver. I'm wanting a little bit more from these today. I haven't used this palette in so long, so we'll see. I'm still in the business of trying to make myself use all this makeup. It's so easy to get caught in the hype of like needing new things every other day, but then also get caught in the hype of like loving to reuse the same things over and over. We have to find a balance. There should be room for creativity and trying new products, but not like overconsumption and like wastefulness. Okay, I'm gonna go into the color right under it and take the color ooh, I'm going the opposite way. I'm gonna go into the color right under it, Ginger. It's a slightly more like tapered brush. She's still pretty fluffy, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that color right under the transition shade. I'm gonna really try to film. I want to film a Get Ready With Me on Valentine's Day, but I literally, every single time there's actually plans in the day, like I have to set my filming up on days where I just like feel like glamming. Like I have to set aside like today I'm going to create a look, because whenever I'm like filming to go somewhere, it's always something. It's always something. Yikes, I took that a little bit too far in. Dust that off. I'm just gonna soften that up a little bit. I'm feeling it. Okay, I'm gonna take the color Cocoa now. That's this one right here. This is a Wet n Wild brush. I literally got this so long ago. It was like a part of a set and it does not have a number on it, but it's literally just like a skinny kind of packing brush. It's a little bit fluffier than a regular packing brush. Like it's really good in the crease. I'm gonna focus Cocoa first on the outer corner, and then I'll bring it in a little bit. These are pulling, I feel like, super orange, which is like, they're pretty, but I just want something to stay a little bit more brown on me, I think. So I might add a brown from another palette. This is giving like way more orange than I thought it was gonna give. And maybe that's why I don't go for this palette that often, because I do remember always feeling like the browns kind of pull very orange. I'm gonna take some of my Juvia's Place Bronze Duo, the dark shade, and then I'm just gonna take the top color and I'm gonna pop that over what I just did to try to kind of, okay, we're getting somewhere. The thing is, I don't want it to get too much darker. I'm hitting pan on her. I'm in the market for a new bronzer. I think I want to try the MAC one, but let me know in the comments if anybody has tried a new bronzer recently. I love the Juvia's Place bronzer. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just have been trying to make myself run out of a bronzer because I have so many. So I'm like, if you want to try a new one, like you have to start like emptying out a bronzer. So I think I want to try, sorry about that. I think I want to try the MAC one. Okay, I'm actually adding a little bit of what's in the darker, the bottom pan as well. And I'm just like kind of playing with this outer V a little bit because we're a little bit oranger than we need to be. Okay, I like the direction this is going way more. Obviously, it's like super harsh right here because I just put on a whole bunch of bronzer because I felt like we needed more brown, but we're there now. I'm gonna go back with my original brush and just kind of blend that. This just has like whatever is the remaining bits of my transition color on it. And I'm just going in circular motions to kind of soften that up with the transition color. Perfect. This is more where I was headed. We're bronzy, we're rosy, but we're not just like orange, like Oompa Loompa. Okay, I know I cut my crease. I know I want to cut my crease, but I don't know exactly what direction we're gonna take it. I got 3 new, don't look at my nails, we need to fill, shimmers. So I'm kind of indecisive about what direction I want to take it. I've always loved these Super Shock Shadows by ColourPop. It's been a minute since I got one, and I was looking for like high impact shimmers today, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go for it. So this is the color Ritz, and I got it because it's supposed to be like their #1 bestseller. Look at that. That is so pretty. Okay, then I got 2 of the e.l.f. Finest Flex shadows. I've been meaning to pick these up for the longest, and every time I would go to Ulta, I would just like literally forget. And honestly, they didn't have the color in stock that I really wanted, but these are really pretty, and I felt like we could do something with them. This one is called Pop-Up Pink, which for obvious reasons is like perfect for V-Day, but I don't know if this is giving pink shimmer on the lid. Pink, I think, might take it. And then this one is It's Glit. And this is gold. Yikes, that was crazy. I need a clean finger. I'm gonna use my pinky at this point. Do we see her? So pretty. So like I said, the e.l.f. ones are more like shadow toppers than they are high impact shadows. I think I want to use like all three. Is that absolutely insane? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I don't know. I'm gonna start off cutting my crease, and I'm gonna use Cookie by Too Faced just because it's like one of the brighter concealers I have. Okay, the concealer is laid down. I'm gonna go back now with some foundation powder and put that over it before I start laying any shimmers down. I just want to make sure that this is like set and not moving. I love coming after a cut crease with foundation powder because you can kind of quickly correct any mistakes and prevent more from happening. You know, it just makes sure it's not wet and slipping and sliding everywhere. And then after I have that done, I like to go back when I'm really wanting like a serious cut crease look, which is not often, but when I'm really wanting a serious cut crease look, I like to go back with a brush that had that crease color on, and then that way I can just even things out, kind of cover up if something got where it wasn't necessarily supposed to. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the color tan lines again, and where's the brush that I used for that? I can't find the original brush that I used, but I'm gonna take the transition color on this little fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna buff that in between the edge of like the outer V and where the cut crease starts, just so that it's like not overly harsh. Gorge, look at that. This is really pretty already. Love how this is coming out. Before I do some shimmers, I want to go ahead and like start smoking out the lash line, just because, you know, I'm gonna like be budging across, and I don't really want to move the shimmers all the way throughout the eye. Like, I want to kind of keep the control on where I want that. So I'm gonna take this brown eyeliner. This one is by Essence, and I'm gonna load that up, especially on the outer half of my eye. If you guys hear stuff in the background, my sister's on live downstairs. I've done everything I can to insulate the sound, but it's lots of creatives under one roof, so at the end of the day, you know, it's gonna be a sound or two. Alright, I'm gonna take a little smudging brush. I'm gonna use this one. She's like dirty from another look, hence why this comes in handy. I got this from Shop Miss A, and I love it so much, especially like when I'm just like experimenting and doing like all the things. She's great. I'm gonna take a little bit of the darker color bronzer, and I'm gonna use that to smoke out that eyeliner. Okay, on a flat angled brush, I'm gonna take a little bit of black shadow. You could do this with a liner if you want, but I just am not 100% sure how much black I'm like committing to right now. So I'm starting with a little bit of black shadow, and I'm gonna kind of make like a little bit of a wing, just a little something to see how I feel about it. And I'm gonna take that same brush and go ahead and smoke that out. Okay, black shadows on. I'm gonna go ahead and buff that back out with just a tad bit more bronzer. Okay, gorgeous. We're looking absolutely insane, but we're seeing the vision. I'm gonna start with my shimmers now. I think I'm gonna use start with these two. These are like super gorgeous. So I think I'm gonna do this kind of like in the back / center of the lid, and then I'm gonna do this one right in here. I think that's what we're gonna go for. I usually like these types of shadows applied with my finger, so I'm gonna try that first, and then we're gonna see how we feel about it. Gorge. That's so pretty. That is so pretty. Yeah, I definitely think that the finger is sufficient for applying these. I feel like I'm like flipping you guys off. I'm sorry, that's so awful of me. Now I'm gonna take Ritz from the ColourPop and I'm gonna, why did I put a the in front of it? I don't think it's the ColourPop. But anywho, I'm gonna take that one and I'm gonna put it, let's see if I'm gonna want this on the finger as well. A little bit chunky. I think the finger for sure though, now that I'm thinking about it, now that I've done it on a fresh side. I think I want to make the inner corner actually really matte. I'm gonna start with that and then we'll see. I'm taking like this bone color out of the Huda Icy Nude palette. We're gonna see how I feel about it. We might come back to her with shimmer. I'm seeing the vision. Are you guys seeing the vision? I love stacking. I love glitters. I love stacking glitters. Like, just give me all the glitters. Give me all the glitters. Okay, I need to take some of this off my hands because there's now glitters getting everywhere. Okay, the liner that I picked up is in the shade. Okay, so this isn't pink at all. This is called Crush on Lavender. What do we think? Wow, how am I just, and now that I've said it to myself, I'm like, this is definitely not pink, this is lavender. But we're gonna go with it anyway because we're here now and we've already committed. I like it still. You know, I don't know how I managed to leave with lavender and not pink. I really don't know. That was the whole point because it's like pink Valentine's Day. And now that I'm looking at it, it definitely looks like lavender. I feel like I clearly wasn't shopping in the best lighting. But that's okay. I also could have just looked at the name. I could have looked at the name, but that's okay. And now for my magic trick. Get us to looking like somebody. Okay, the lashes I'm gonna use are by the brand Poop Lunch. I'm pretty sure these are the style Breeze. I switched the cover on it on accident. This has no name. I don't know. Okay, while my lash glue keeps drying, I've had this in my drawer forever. It's like a sample and I just like literally never tried it. So I'm gonna try it today because at this point, I need to get some of this clutter out of here. So since I'm not really going anywhere today, I'm just gonna kind of hang around in this Glam and like see how it wears. I'm willing to give her a try. I'm not always a big fan of like super sticky, like gluey concept primers. I feel like if you prep the skin well and you set with enough powders and you use a sufficient amount of like a good setting spray, have eyeshadow under the eyes, I feel like you're gonna be good. That's just my personal philosophy. I know a lot of people love them. They're super trendy right now, like the e.l.f. grip and all power grip, power grip, power grip. So we're gonna see how we feel about her. Okay, my lashes are on. I'm feeling like super duper glam, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like obsessed with this shadow. Okay, another thing I got from Ulta, I've been hearing amazing things about this e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This beauty guru, her name is Kayla. I love her. I'm gonna put her actual YouTube name like somewhere on the screen, but I've seen her using this, I'm pretty sure, and her base always looks so tea. Oh, wait, was she using this one or the Morphe one? I'm pretty sure it was this one, but it's the e.l.f. color corrector in the color orange. Actually, I think I might have seen her use both, but this is the one that we're trying out today. I just ran out of my color corrector, and I was gonna get the Bobbi Brown one because I'm a long-term Bobbi Brown color corrector fan, but I was like, you know what? Let's give her a try. She's a few bucks, like there's no harm in trying. I love to apply things onto the back of my hand and then apply it with the brush. I just feel like I have more control, especially with something like orange. I feel like we all have the tendency sometimes, or not we all, I know I have the tendency sometimes when I'm going quick to just slather on orange here and there. and then start trying to blend it out. But especially when it's an orange that's this deep and this bright, you know, you really only need a thin amount. That way you don't have to like pile on a bunch more other product trying to get the orange covered up. Do we think this is my shade? I haven't used this foundation in so long, but it's a great foundation, and I really want to see if this shade is going to work for me. I got this at a different time of year, so whoop, she works. Still smells kind of like paint, but that's okay. I like to go slow with this foundation. It's super duper full coverage, and as you saw it coming out of the bottle, it's a little bit thicker. So I go slow and I work it into the bristles of my brush, and I like to tap it on. All right, I like to set in layers. Now that I have that all buffed out, I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. This is the Dr. Pawpaw one, and I'm gonna tap that in. And then once that's tapped in, I went really slow building up the coverage with foundation because I like to, like I said, be able to control it. And this is a very full coverage foundation, so I like to go slower. And I'm just gonna take my sponge and I'm dipping into it whatever like little remainder I have, if there's any place that I feel like I needed a little bit more coverage. I'm gonna use my curve case. I'm in the market for a new cream bronzer as well. I'm hitting pan on the 2 shades out of this one that I use the most, so I kind of just went right in today. I don't know what made me do that, but I just went right in. This is my M167. Nope. This is my M449. I'm gonna skip cream contour on the nose today. I just don't feel in my heart of hearts like this look is gonna need it, and that's usually a sign that you should skip it. Okay, I'm gonna mix some of this orange and some of this one up here. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. stippling brush. Why not? I used to use this brush all the time for blush. I have it in a little minute. Let's see what she's hitting for. Okay, I think we're good on blush for now, but trust me when I tell you, more will be coming later. Okay, so I always have 3 concealers at a time when I'm doing my under eye and like my highlight. I know that that seems extreme, but I feel like it just is how I'm able to get away with like such a bright concealer. So I start with something that's a little bit closer to my skin tone. This is Maybelline 146.5 in the Instant Age Rewind. I've loved this concealer forever. Then I'm gonna take my Too Faced concealers, and then this one is wait, I'm looking at the mirror. I need to be looking at the this one is Butterscotch, this one is Cookie. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna start with is the Maybelline 146. I'm gonna use that to just clean up anything extra by the wing that maybe the micellar water didn't 100% perfect. And then I like to take that one as well, and I like to reverse contour. Like if I don't do, well, I do this even if I do cream contour, but especially when I don't do cream contour, I use this. It'll kind of be the guidelines for where I'll put down my powder on my nose. This is the Bdellium Tool 787 brush. I have been loving this brush so much when it comes to applying my concealer because it's like a stippling brush and it's blending it as it's applying. So yes, I will go back and really blend this in afterwards and when she's had some time to dry, but it does a lot of the work in the first half for you, and it just also helps you use less product because you can see exactly where you need it. And it's especially great if you feel like you have, like, this is a problem area for me. I feel like I have a lot of texture here. And so stippling right over those pores really gives into the illusion of like blurred baddie. I'll highlight here. And take the color Cookie, that's the lightest color. And I'm just gonna pop that like in the inner corner. Everything's all applied. I'm gonna do another round of setting spray and then I'm gonna go get some lip balm because my lips is kind of dry. I literally forgot. I'm actually not done. I don't know why I just sprayed my face down. It's fine. Okay, it's had a little bit of a moment to dry. I'm gonna add some of this Juvia's Place. I think this is Pink Lady. Yes. I'm gonna take some of Juvia's Place Pink Lady blush, and I'm gonna put that right kind of in the middle of that leftover concealer. Use another one of these brushes. I have so many of them. And I'm gonna pop some of that Pink Lady right where the concealer and the orange blush kind of meet. Okay, I'm gonna blend this out now. My brush is a little bit dirty, don't judge, but I really wanted to use this brush, so we're using her even though she's dirty. It's the BK Beauty, look, what is it, the Angie? You know, she's the viral, you know. You know. This is literally, I'm so getting, I like to do, I would say, like about 80% of my blending with a brush, and then once I'm here, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my sponge. I'm gonna start with tapping over the edges, like of the perimeter of the face, where we just kind of need a little bit of marrying. Gorgeous. Get into the blend, get into the blend. I like to like blend each side right before I set it, just to make sure that you have out as much of the crease as possible. And then once I am confident in that, I go right in with the powder. Tap over the nose right quick. I always like to blend my nose last because I want that line. You see that? I really want to like lean into that illusion, so I want it to get really full coverage and have a good amount of time to dry down right where I put it, so it doesn't try to move around too much when I blend. I'm taking the same powder. This one is just in my skincare. This one is just in my all-around skin color, and I'm gonna use that to set everything else. Okay, I'm gonna use my good old Huda Easy Bake. Oh my gosh, this is coming out so tea. Okay, now I'm gonna take this bronzer, the same one that I used, the Juvia's Place one, and I'm gonna reinforce the cream bronzer that we did. I'm using a mix of the light and the dark shade in the palette. Got this brush off of a set on TikTok shop. Sure did. She's tea. Gonna put some actual contour on my nose. Contour, it's bronzer. I'm just using the lightest shade only. This brush is so old. It's from BH Cosmetics, and I don't even think that they are around anymore, but it was always the perfect like small shadow brush. I love it so much, and I've been using it to contour my nose for so long now. It's unreal. I'm gonna go ahead and also smoke out the lower lash line. I really don't know why I switched brushes. I just grabbed this brush. They literally are very similar brushes. This one is newer. This one is a Morphe 303. E303? No, M303. I don't know why I said E because it was like, okay. Anyway, I'm taking a little bit of tan lines as well to like just further smoke that out. I really feel like I need a little bit more in the inner corner. I feel like I need a little bit more brightness. So I'm gonna take, I feel like I want this a little bit brighter. I feel like when I was blending my concealer and stuff, the inner corner kind of got a tad bit washed out. So I'm gonna take Avalanche out of the Huda Icy Nude palette, and I'm just putting that like right at the very inner corner. I'm having a couple blushes that I'm like between right now. I'm really feeling indecisive. I'm thinking we're gonna be somewhere in here, maybe a little bit these. Okay. This blush is by Pat McGrath. By the way, shout out to Pat McGrath. What's going on? They talk about my girl shutting down, but I don't think she's shutting down anymore. But I did see that they filed bankruptcy, which happens. Large companies do that all the time. They restructure all the time. This is the Skin Fetish Divine Blush in Love Struck. But like, her products are so good. Seriously. Like, come on. And this blush is kind of baked. Like, it has the most beautiful slight little bit of sheen. Sheen isn't even the word. It's just like a little bit of glow. Like, it just kind of adds life back into the skin, I feel like. This brush, I messed her up. Don't pay attention to that. But it's it's a liquid bronzer brush from Morphe, but there are no rules. I'm gonna take some of the lighter color in the Juvia's Place Volume 5, or is this Volume 4? This is Volume 4. And I'm gonna put that like right above. I know that looks kind of crazy, but just wait. We're gonna tap her in. Look at the like gradient of pinks that created. That's so pretty. Okay, we're dusting off powders now. Okay, I'm gonna take on my same little brush I set under my eye with a tiny little bit of that light pink blush, just the tiniest bit, and I'm gonna tap that under my eyes. It just like brightens it up, okay? It's just something that I do. You could use like a pink powder or a lavender powder or something like that. Okay, this is called the e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner, and this is the shade Dark Cocoa. Creamy and glidey. Okay, I'm gonna do mascara now. This is the Essence Call Me Queen Dramatic False Lash Effect Mascara. I literally love these lashes so much. Like, Amazon lashes for the win. The only like qualm that I have with these lashes is that they don't always have the most flexibility, and it kind of takes a while to get them to bend and like really fit to the inner corner, which is one thing when I'm doing my own makeup, but on clients can be a little bit time consuming. I can't find the lipstick I really want. I was looking for my MAC Acting Natural, but I think it's in my purse, and I think my purse is downstairs. So that's not happening right now. But this is NYX. You can't even see it anymore because it's all rubbed off. But it's the Soft Matte Lip Cream in the Cairo shade. It's just like a really pale nude color. I mean, this formula, it doesn't get old. It doesn't get old. I'm someone who loves like a good wash of color. I don't mind seeing a little bit of lip through. For gloss, I think I'm feeling MAC's Oyster Girl. I think we have a look. Okay, y'all, that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this look as much as I enjoyed creating it. And I hope that you look super hot and enjoy yourself no matter what you're doing on Valentine's Day. Know that you are super duper loved. Until next time, make sure you guys keep up with me on all of my socials. I'll put my personal page here. I'll put my business page in case you're in Houston, Texas, and you want to book me to be your makeup artist. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment on this video so that I can know what more content to bring you guys. And yeah, that's it for now. Bye, guys.